If you're trying to sell stuff on Etsy, it can be really difficult. Here I'm on Etsy and I've typed in poster, and I can see here on the right hand side there's 1,000+ results with ads. And as I scroll through, I can just see there's just so many things, so many different types of posters. It's like, where do you even begin? Here's the same thing. I've typed in the word sign under Etsy. Again, 1,000 results or more with ads, and there's all sorts of different signs. So it can be really tough to try to figure out which signs and posters actually have a chance of making a sale. So in this video, I'm going to walk through 3 niches that actually have a good possibility of making sales. This should be a fun one. Let's jump in. I'm going to be using a site called Everbee in this video. It's pretty cool. There's a keyword research tool here on the left-hand side, and I'm going to go up here to the top and I'm going to type in the word sign. So it's going to look through Etsy listings, and it's going to see the search volume every month is about 11,000. The competition's about 3.3 million. That gives us a keyword score that's pretty low at 0. If I type in poster, I get very similar results. 5,800 search volume, over 4 million competition. Again, this keyword score is very low. So I'm going to be showing you similar keywords, different keywords, and they're down below. There's related keywords, and you can score this. You can go keyword score is high to low. You can also look at the volume. There's some really cool tools here inside of Everbee. Now I'm going to put a link to Everbee in the video description below. Just a heads up, it is an affiliate link, and that just means if you purchase Everbee, I would receive a small commission. Niche number 1 that sells is family rules posters. And so here on Everbee, we can see the search volume is 246. The competition's a little over 6,000. That gives us a keyword score of 40. It's not the highest keyword score in the world, but it is above 0, which is good. And we're going to see on Etsy, there's similar keywords that we can use. So let's jump into Etsy and check this out. Okay, so on Etsy, I've typed in family rules, and that's going to get me back over 1,000 results. And this is the key, is with ads. So you don't really want to be looking at the ads because those aren't really organic results. I'm going to go here to the left-hand side and click all filters. And I can see here as well, there's all physical or digital downloads. So if you include all, just take a look. You're going to have digital downloads and physical products as well. This is an interesting one. This is 145 Canadian dollars. That's about 110 US dollars. And it's a big sign, and they've got one left. And what I do is I scroll down to the bottom and I look at shop reviews, and I can see the actual purchased item. So here's the large family rule sign, Mother's Day gift idea, and this person purchased it, and they gave it 5-star review. We can see here with the thumbnails, this is a nice big, looks like a handcrafted sign, or they've got some sort of a printing device. So if you're a woodworker, or if you're interested in making something that's a high price point, don't be afraid to try it, because $145 is on the high end. It's a 20 by 30 inch wood sign, but if the quality's high, people will respond. Here's another one. This is $6.09, and it's a digital download. There's 20+ views in the last 24 hours. As I scroll down, I can see there's reviews for this item 5, and then there's reviews for the shop over 1,100. So I go to the reviews for this item 5, and I look here at the actual feedback. Sometimes people will leave complaints, or they'll say what they liked about it. So here, this is a nice looking design that's relatively easy to, I don't want to say copy, but you could certainly do something similar to this. You could come up with your own family rules and your own graphics. You could have something very similar. This is a digital download, $2.36. You could certainly make something like this using Photoshop or Inkscape, or if you've got a purchased option like Kittle, for example, that would work. This is in 6 baskets. We can see there's some pretty good shop reviews here down at the bottom, and you can see the purchased items. And what I like to do as well is I'll look at the purchased items, but as I scroll through the shop reviews, sometimes you'll see other, or sometimes even radically different items to purchase. So here we can see there's a couple different items that people have purchased. I'm going to open these up just to give me some brainstorming power. So this is a digital download, dads with beards. That looks great. And there's another one here. Some days I rock it, some days it rocks me. 10 people bought this. So you can kind of look through Etsy, and you can kind of do the little wormhole where you click on something, you click on something else. And here I found something that's in demand. 10 people have bought this in the last 24 hours. It has nothing to do with posters, but you can definitely get some ideas if you're looking for things that sell. Niche number 2 to take a look at is elementary school poster. Here we can see on everbee, I've typed in elementary school poster at the top, search volume 223, competition about 7,000, the keyword score is 30. It's important to note that if you get a search volume that seems low or competition that seems high, remember that people aren't necessarily looking once and then buying something immediately. So this is the search volume every month, but over time, they can bookmark things in your shop. You can grow your audience over time. So don't be too discouraged. A keyword score of 30 is still pretty decent. Let's take a look on Etsy and see what we're dealing with. So when you're on Etsy and you type in your search term, in this case, elementary school poster, I really do pay attention to over on the right-hand side. Often you'll see over 1,000 results with ads, but here we only see 481 results with ads. So that's actually kind of nice because it means the competition is actually pretty low. Here is a set of educational posters. This is a digital download for $10, and it's a set of 101 educational posters. This would take some time, obviously, to make, but if you could make these posters or something similar to it and bundle it, you'll see it's quite a big seller. So you would think of this more like use a book publishing mindset. You would say, okay, well, I'm going to do all this work to make a $10 sale. No, you're going to do all this work to make a $10 sale every day or multiple times a day, possibly for months or even years. We can see down below here, there's 4 examples of 5-star reviews for this item. There's 29 reviews for this item. So if they've only gotten reviews, so there's more people that purchase it than leave reviews, but if they only sold 29, that is $290 in sales for 101 educational posters, and it might not have been up that long. You certainly would need to think long term if you're coming up with a large bundle. Here's another one. This is an education wall decal. So you can ask yourself, could you make something similar in a poster print or some sort of a fine art print or a design that could go on the wall? Maybe not a decal per se, but you could certainly make something similarly in a poster print. And here we can see there's confirmation that people have purchased this as well. So one of the things I do is if I see a decal that's kind of expensive because $30 is up there, can I make a print, physical print, and ship it for less money? Again, not copying it, but making something similar in theme and competing with it. Interesting niche number 3 is vinyl lyrics. And you might be thinking, whoa, what does that mean? Well, the search volume here is 471. The competition's a little over 5,000. The keyword score is actually pretty decent at 80. Let's jump into Etsy and see what's up with vinyl lyrics. Okay, so on Etsy, I've typed in vinyl lyrics. I've got back over 1,000 results with ads. And as I scroll down, you can kind of get the idea here pretty quickly. They look like vinyl, but it's actually a circular motion of lyrics. And you can do this with a graphics design software like Photoshop, for example. They're actually really super popular. So although there's a lot of different sellers, you could make something that looks different and stands out. You can see all the different types of poster prints. Now, this is a tricky subject on Etsy because you could make the claim that if you're doing something like the Beatles or the Rolling Stones or Taylor Swift, that this is trademarked and there is intellectual property here. So I would say be cautious and take a look and do your research before you jump into something like this. Here's an example. There's only 7 left. It's in 20 plus baskets. And this is custom vinyl lyrics print. And you can see down here, there's 4 reviews for the item. It's 11 by 17 poster. And we can see what it looks like here. Now, what you could offer up if you're not comfortable with anything risking with trademark or copyright is you could offer something up like a poem that's in the public domain or a song that's in the public domain or some sort of essay even that's in the public domain. It doesn't necessarily have to be a song. But we can see here this is certainly popular. Here's another one, song name, in demand. 29 people have bought this in the last 24 hours. Here's another one, very similar, 20 views in the last 24 hours. We can scroll down and we can see there's 134 reviews for this item. And then here's another one that's black and it's got the name of the people getting married. So this is like a custom idea. So you don't need to necessarily have the name of the artist on here. You could customize it in any certain way that you like. But this looks really cool and it's a nice wedding. You know, wedding stuff is big, baby stuff is big. You could do nursery rhymes, you could do books if they're in the public domain. They don't have to be trademarked items. I would take a look at this genre and think, is there a way I can compete in such a way that you could stand out? Because there's lots of demand for it. One last note here as I wind down this video, on everbee, there's a everbee email tool. It's on the left-hand side. You click everbee email. It's in beta testing right now. And you'll see here you can connect your Etsy shop. Everbee email allows you to maintain a direct line of communication with your customers. You can promote new products. You can get more reviews, and you can drive repeat sales. So I highly recommend checking this out in more detail if you're an everbee subscriber. Hope you found this video helpful. Here's another video on how you can supercharge your print-on-demand and digital design sales using the powers of everbee.